Your grandfather never heard the phrase passive income. He did not need a landing page, a Shopify store, or TikTok following. He needed a truck and a handshake. He made more per hour, adjusted for inflation, than most people running online businesses today. Number 14 on this list was how half of Brooklyn made rent in the 1970s, and it still clears $1,000 on a slow week. Number 7 was considered a dead trade until 2020, and now there is a 2-month waiting list in every major city. These are the hustles Silicon Valley wants you to forget, because if you knew how simple they were, you would stop buying courses. Before we start, hit subscribe, because what you are about to hear might change how you think about money. Let us count them down. Number 20. Lawn care and mowing. Before landscaping companies ran fleets of trucks, your neighbor's kid knocked on doors with a push mower and made $50 a yard. That kid grew up. The push mower became a commercial zero turn, and that $50 became $150 per property. Today, a solo operator with a truck, a mower, a trimmer, and a blower can service 8 to 10 yards a day, charging $100 to $200 per visit. That is $800 to $1,500 in a single day. Startup costs run between $2,000 and $5,000 for used equipment, and you can recoup that in 2 weeks of steady work. The real money comes from recurring clients. Lock in 40 lawns at $150 per month each, and you are pulling $6,000 a month before you pick up extra jobs. Homeowners do not want to do it. They never wanted to do it. They just need someone who shows up on time. That has not changed since 1955. Number 19. FLEA market flipping. Every Saturday morning in America, someone is selling a solid oak dresser for $25 because they need it gone by noon. Your uncle knew this. He would wake up at 5, hit 3 garage sales before breakfast, and fill the back of his station wagon with things other people had given up on. The dresser becomes $300 on Facebook Marketplace with a fresh coat of chalk paint. A box of old hand tools sells for $150 to a collector. Consistent flippers report making between $500 and $2,000 a week, depending on volume. The skill is knowing what to look for. Learn 3 categories deeply. Furniture, vintage kitchenware, and hand tools are the holy trinity. Estate sales, thrift stores, and storage unit auctions are the hunting grounds. The internet made selling easier, but the sourcing still requires the same eye your uncle had. Show up early and know your prices. Number 18. House painting. A gallon of exterior paint costs about $40. A homeowner will pay between $3,000 and $6,000 to have their house painted. That margin has made painters wealthy for 100 years, and the math has not changed. A 2-person crew can knock out a full exterior in 3 to 4 days, netting between $2,000 and $4,000 after materials. Interior jobs are faster. A standard 3-bedroom house takes 2 to 3 days and pays between $1,500 and $3,000. You do not need a license in most states. You need brushes, rollers, drop cloths, a ladder, and the willingness to show up sober and on time. That apparently eliminates half the competition. Painting contractors in Sunbelt states report booking 6 weeks out during peak season. Word of mouth fills the calendar. 1 good job on a corner lot in a nice neighborhood, and 3 neighbors call you before you have finished cleaning the brushes. Number 17. Junk removal. Americans generate over 290 million tons of waste per year, and a staggering amount of it is sitting in garages, basements, and backyards because people cannot be bothered to haul it themselves. That laziness is a gold mine. A truck, a trailer, and a strong back can generate between $500 and $1,500 a day, hauling away what other people do not want. The average job takes about 1 hour and pays between $200 and $600, depending on volume. Furniture, appliances, construction debris, and yard waste. Clients book online or by phone. You show up, you load, you dump or donate, you invoice. Some of what you haul is worth money. Scrap metal alone can add $200 to $400 a week on top of the service fee. Old appliances contain copper. Furniture can be flipped. Electronics get recycled for cash at certified facilities. Your grandfather called this being a junk man. The internet calls it a junk removal business. The work is identical. The money is better. Number 16. Pressure washing. A decent pressure washer costs $400. A professional grade unit costs about $2,000. Either way, the return on investment is absurd. Driveways run between $100 and $300. A full house wash pays between $300 and $600. Commercial jobs like parking lots and restaurant patios can clear $1,000 in a single afternoon. A solo operator can realistically handle 3 to 4 residential jobs a day, grossing between $900 and $1,800. The equipment fits in a truck bed. The learning curve is about 2 YouTube videos and 1 practice run on your own driveway. Repeat clients come back every season. Property managers with multiple units will put you on a quarterly schedule and forget you exist until the invoice arrives. The best part about pressure washing is the visual transformation. Before and after photos sell the next job. Post 1 time-lapse video of a green, mossy driveway turning white again, and your phone will ring for 3 weeks straight. First pattern break. Here is where it gets interesting. The side hustles your grandparents ran were not trendy. They were not scalable in the way a tech founder would recognize, but they shared one quality that most online businesses do not. They solved an immediate, visible physical problem for someone standing right in front of you. That person could see the work, feel the result, and pay you on the spot. No algorithms, no ad spend, no waiting 60 days for affiliate commissions. Every hustle on this list works because it answers a question as old as commerce itself. Can you do something I cannot or will not do myself? If the answer is yes, there is $1,000 a week sitting on the table. The only variable is whether you are willing to pick it up. Number 15. Mobile auto detailing. A full interior and exterior detail on a sedan runs between $150 and $300. SUVs and trucks go higher. Ceramic coating packages push into the $400 to $800 range. A mobile detailer with a water tank, a generator, and about $500 in products can service 4 to 6 cars a day. That is $600 to $1,800 daily. Detailing was something every corner gas station offered in the 1980s. Then car washes got automated, and everyone forgot that a human being with a clay bar does a better job than a machine dragging brushes across your paint. The market came back hard after 2020, when people started spending more on the cars they already owned. Dealerships now outsource detailing to mobile operators because it is cheaper than keeping someone on staff. One dealership contract can guarantee you $2,000 a month in recurring revenue before you touch a single retail customer. Number 14. Handyman services. Your father could fix a leaky faucet, patch drywall, hang a ceiling fan, and replace a garbage disposal before lunch. He did not consider these skills remarkable. They were just things a man knew how to do. Today, those skills are so rare that people pay $75 to $150 an hour for someone who owns a basic tool set and understands which end of a screwdriver goes into the screw. A working handyman juggling 5 to 7 small jobs a day at an average of $150 to $300 per job clears $1,000 easily. The secret is speed and volume. You are not renovating kitchens. You are fixing the toilet that has been running for 3 months, installing the shelf that has been sitting in the box since Christmas, and replacing the broken door handle that the landlord will not send anyone for. Most handyman businesses are booked solid within 90 days of launching in any metro area. The demand is bottomless because the supply of people who can actually do the work has collapsed. Shop class disappeared from high schools. An entire generation grew up without learning how to use a drill. Their loss is your income. A professional carpet cleaning machine costs between $2,000 and $5,000. A single room charges between $75 and $150. Most houses have 3 to 5 rooms of carpet, so the average job pays between $300 and $600 and takes about 2 hours. Run 3 jobs a day and you are clearing $900 to $1,800. The profit margin is staggering because the primary inputs are water, a cleaning solution that costs about $2 per job, and your time. Rental properties are the consistent money. Property managers need carpets cleaned between every tenant, and they need it done fast. One property management company with 50 units can keep you busy year-round. The work is not glamorous, but the barrier to entry is low enough that you can be operational within a week. Number 12. Firewood sales. In rural and suburban America, people still heat with wood. A cord of firewood sells for between $200 and $400, depending on region and wood type. Oak and hickory command premium prices. If you have access to timber, fallen trees, or land clearing contracts, your cost per cord is essentially your time and the gas in your chainsaw. A productive day of cutting and splitting yields 2 to 3 cords, which means $600 to $1,200 in inventory from a single day of work. Delivery adds another $50 to $100 per load. Seasoned wood, which has been dried for 6 months or more, sells for a premium because most buyers do not plan ahead. The smart play is to cut in spring and summer, stack and season through fall, and sell when the first cold snap hits and everyone suddenly remembers they need firewood. Your grandfather did this. He called it getting ready for winter. Today, it is a legitimate 4-figure weekly side hustle from October through March in most of the country. Number 11. Appliance repair. When a washing machine breaks, the average American faces a choice. Pay $800 for a new one, or pay $150 for someone to fix the old one. Most choose the repair, which means the repair person wins either way. Appliance repair technicians charge between $75 and $150 for a service call, plus parts. A typical repair takes 45 minutes to an hour and a half. Running 4 to 6 calls a day puts you at $400 to $900 in labor alone, with parts markup adding another 20 to 30%. The knowledge required is not a college degree. It is understanding how motors, belts, pumps, control boards, and water valves work, all of which you can learn from manufacturer service manuals and a few months of hands-on practice. Most appliance repair businesses are run by one person out of a van. The repeat business is automatic because appliances break constantly, and the guy who fixes your dryer in February gets the call when the dishwasher dies in July. Second pattern break. Controversy incoming. Here is what the internet gurus will never admit. The most reliable $1,000 a week side hustles in America have nothing to do with laptops. They involve sweat, trucks, and showing up when you said you would. The reason these old-school hustles still print money is because the entire economy shifted toward digital work, and nobody is left to do the physical work that actual human life requires. Toilets still clog, grass still grows, cars still get dirty, driveways still turn green. And the people who handle those problems are charging more than ever because the labor pool shrank while the demand stayed exactly the same. Your grandfather was not unsophisticated for choosing physical work. He was playing the only game where supply and demand consistently favor the worker. Number 10. Welding and fabrication. A basic MIG welder costs $300. A professional rig costs between $5,000 and $15,000. But even at the entry level, a welder with a truck can charge $75 to $200 an hour for mobile welding services, farm repairs, trailer modifications, fence work, gate fabrication, Handrail installation. The jobs are everywhere, especially in rural America, where the nearest welding shop might be 40 miles away. Custom fabrication work, like fire pits and decorative gates, sells for $300 to $2,000 per piece. A skilled welder, working 4 to 5 days a week, clears $1,500 to $3,000 without breaking a sweat finding work. The average age of a working welder in America is 55. When that generation retires, the shortage will double. Learn to weld now, and you are investing in a skill that will only become more valuable. Number 9. Pet services. Americans spent over $140 billion on their pets last year. A dog walker in a major metro charges between $20 and $35 per 30-minute walk. Handle 6 to 8 dogs a day, and you are clearing $150 to $280 for what amounts to exercise with friendly company. Add pet sitting at $50 to $100 per night, and the numbers scale fast. But the real old-school money is in grooming. A full groom on a medium-sized dog runs between $60 to $120 and takes about 90 minutes. A mobile groomer with a converted van can do 5 to 7 dogs a day. That is $400 to $700 daily, and the clients book every 6 to 8 weeks like clockwork. People will cut their own budget before they cut their dog's grooming appointment. That is not a joke. That is a business model. Number 8. Small engine repair. Lawnmowers, chainsaws, generators, pressure washers, snow blowers, leaf blowers. These machines break constantly, and almost nobody under 40 knows how to fix them. A basic tune-up on a push mower costs between $50 and $100 at a small engine shop. Carburetor rebuilds run $75 to $150. A full engine overhaul on a riding mower costs between $300 and $600. The parts cost pennies compared to labor. A small engine mechanic working out of a garage can handle 4 to 8 repairs a day, clearing $300 to $800. Spring is the gold rush. Everyone pulls their mower out of the shed in April, yanks the cord 3 times, and when it does not start, they search Google for small engine repair near me. That search gets more traffic than how to start a podcast in 47 states. The work is steady, the overhead is minimal, and the customer base renews itself every season. Number 7. Upholstery and furniture restoration. This was considered a dying trade 10 years ago. Then 2 things happened. New furniture got expensive, and new furniture got terrible. A basic sofa from a major retailer costs between $800 and $2,000 and lasts about 3 years before the cushions collapse and the fabric pills. Meanwhile, a solid frame vintage sofa from the 1960s can be reupholstered for $600 to $1,500 and will last another 30 years. Upholsterers are booked months out in every major city. The average reupholstery job on a sofa runs between $1,200 and $3,000. Dining chairs go for $200 to $400 each, and most people have 4 to 6 of them. An upholsterer handling 2 to 3 pieces per week can clear $1,500 to $3,000. The skill takes time to learn, but the tools are simple. A staple gun, fabric shears, a sewing machine, and patience. Every piece you finish becomes a portfolio photo that sells the next job. Social media turned this trade into a spectacle. Before and after transformation videos of destroyed furniture coming back to life regularly get millions of views, which means free advertising for anyone willing to point a camera at their workbench. Number 6. Gutter cleaning. Nobody wants to climb a ladder. That is the entire business model. Gutter cleaning costs between $100 and $250 per house and takes about an hour. A solo operator can do 5 to 7 houses a day, clearing $500 to $1,700. Add gutter guard installation at $300 to $800 per house, and the average ticket jumps dramatically. Fall is peak season, but spring cleaning and storm cleanup keep the calendar full year-round. The startup cost is a ladder, a leaf blower, a garden hose, and about $200 in safety equipment. The real money is in biannual maintenance contracts. Sell a homeowner on 2 cleanings a year at $150 each. Lock in 200 clients and you have $60,000 in guaranteed annual revenue before you pick up a single new customer. Number 5. Catering and meal prep. Your grandmother could feed 40 people from a single kitchen on a Saturday afternoon for a church function. She did not call it catering. She called it cooking. Today, that same skill set commands serious money. A small-scale caterer handling private events charges between $20 and $60 per plate. A 40-person dinner party at $30 a head is $1,200 for one evening of work. Weekly meal prep services charge between $150 and $300 per client per week. Lock in 10 to 15 regular clients and you are clearing $1,500 to $4,000 weekly. Cottage food laws in most states now allow home-based food businesses with minimal licensing requirements. Farmers markets, office lunch deliveries, and private chef services all fall under this umbrella. The demand exploded after 2020 when people got used to eating at home but got tired of cooking. They want restaurant-quality food without the restaurant markup. If you can cook, genuinely cook, not assemble, not reheat, but actually cook, you are sitting on a skill that 100 million Americans wish they had. Third pattern break. Here is what nobody tells you about the $1,000 a week threshold. It is not a ceiling, it is a floor. Every single hustle on this list has operators clearing $3,000, $5,000, even $10,000 a week once they build a client base and a reputation. The difference between the person making $500 a week and the person making $5,000 a week is almost never skill. It is consistency. The $5,000 operator shows up every day, answers the phone, follows up on quotes, and never, ever ghosts a client. That is the entire secret. Your grandfather knew this. He did not need a productivity app to remind him. He just went to work. Number 4. Estate sale management. When someone dies or downsizes, their entire household needs to be priced, displayed, and sold in a single weekend. Estate sale companies charge between 25% and 50% of total sales. An average estate sale grosses between $5,000 and $15,000 over 2 days. That means the estate sale company walks away with between $1,200 and $15,000 for a weekend of work. The job involves pricing items, advertising the sale, managing foot traffic, and handling transactions. You need knowledge of antiques, furniture values, and collectibles, but most of that knowledge is built by doing. After 10 sales, you can price a living room by walking through the door. The emotional difficulty is real. You are handling the possessions of the deceased while family members watch. Sensitivity matters. Professionalism matters. But if you can manage both, the earning potential is extraordinary, and the competition is thin because most people do not want to do the emotional labor involved. Number 3. Mobile mechanic services. Dealership labor rates now average from $150 to $250 per hour. A mobile mechanic working out of a van charges from $75 to $150 per hour and saves the customer the hassle of towing or dropping off their car. Oil changes, brake jobs, alternator replacements, and starter swaps are the bread and butter of auto repair, and that has not changed in decades. A mobile mechanic handling 4 to 6 jobs a day at an average of $200 to $400 per job clears $800 to $2,400 a day. Low overhead is the selling point. Overhead is a van, a tool set, and a diagnostic scanner. No shop lease, no lift, no receptionist. The market is wide open because certified mechanics are leaving the trade faster than they are entering it. The person who shows up in your driveway and fixes your car while you work from home is solving a problem that did not exist 20 years ago, using skills that are 50 years old. Number 2. Locksmithing. Getting locked out of your house at 11 at night on a Tuesday costs between $100 and $300. A car lockout runs between $75 and $250. Rekeying a house after a movie costs between $100 and $300. A locksmith handling 5 to 8 calls a day averages between $500 and $2,000 in revenue. Emergency calls, which come in at all hours, command premium pricing. The startup investment is a van, a key-cutting machine, and a set of picks and tools, totaling between $5,000 and $10,000. Certification takes a few months of training, depending on your state. The money is in the urgency. Nobody shops around when they are standing on their porch in their pajamas at midnight. They call the first number that pops up on Google, and they pay whatever you charge because the alternative is sleeping in their car. Locksmiths have operated this way since the invention of the lock. The tools have improved. The desperation of the customer has not. Number 1. Plumbing. A plumber charges between $100 and $200 just to walk through your front door. That is before they touch a single pipe. A basic drain clearing runs between $150 and $300. A water heater installation costs between $800 and $2,000. A solo plumber, running 3 to 5 service calls a day, clears between $1,000 and $3,000. Plumbing has been the most reliably lucrative trade in America for over a century, and the shortage of plumbers right now is the worst it has ever been. The average plumber in the United States is 58 years old. Over 30% of working plumbers will retire in the next decade. Meanwhile, everyone who graduated in the last 20 years was told to get a degree and sit at a desk. The result is a country full of people who can build a website but cannot stop a toilet from flooding their bathroom at 2 in the morning. Your grandfather could do both. He chose the one that paid better. He was right. Here is my challenge. Pick one hustle on this list. Just one, not the one that sounds the coolest. The one that matches a skill you already have. Pressure washing, gutter cleaning, lawn care, junk removal. You can start any of those this Saturday for under $500. Then come back and tell me what happened. Share which one you are going to try in the comments. I want to know if the handyman crowd outnumbers the pressure washers. I want to see who books their first estate sale, because the money was always there. Your grandfather knew. Now you know too.